almost lost that one, folks. I don't want to panic you, but we almost went right off the road there. Hello, everybody. If you're just tuning in, or if you're watching this on the tubes, we are playing American Truck Simulator, and we are currently making our way up north, as our eventual goal is to go all the way from the Mexican border up to little old Bellingham, Washington, as far north as we can get. We're on the West Coast, and we'd originally hoped we'd started in Yuma, and we'd hoped to deviate our way through Vegas, but alas, we couldn't find any jobs taking us there. We are currently in Huron. What we're doing right now is we're using only the quick jobs, and we're not using our own vehicles. And, well, from the job market, yeah, we're using the quick jobs where they provide everything. We're just saving up our money. See what we get, and we can only take a job from a town that we currently are in, is the rules that we have been playing with today. All right, so as we are been adding some towns to our map. Not Oakland, Huron, there we go. And I'm hoping for today's session that we can at the very least get ourselves up and out of the California region, hopefully up into at least Oregon, is our current plan. Let's see if we can pull that off. Looks like the only job available is grain. Thankfully, it's going the right way. It's taking up Sacramento. Good news is Sacramento should have some more job offers for us than what we're seeing here. So we're going to go ahead and do that. All right. I'm going to take the job. How's your day going out there, everybody? It is a beautiful day here in the Pacific Northwest, where I am streaming from. And it's a pretty beautiful day. Let's get outside the truck here. Look at that. It's a pretty beautiful day out here in virtual California. Look at that. How lovely is that? Look at that shiny tank. That's a nice looking truck. Oh, yeah, folks. This is going to be a good drive, I think. Get the old engine started. Okay. Looks like our exit's off here to the right. Okay, pretty easy stuff. We're just going to go ahead and we're going to flush saves a little bit away. Yeah. Oh, hey, horses. Cute. There we go. All right, get ourselves off on a start.
Turn left.
So for those of you just tuning in or that are new to the channel, my name's Cobra. Here on Twitch, I go by Dad Named Cobra, and on YouTube's, due to some mistakes on my own part, is currently a Dad Named Cobra. We'll see if we can ever get that fixed. But that's okay, it works. Oh, look at this beautiful, beautiful day out. Oh, this is lovely weather. Yeah, so as it is, my friends call me Cobra. It's funny, it's autocorrect changed my actual name to Cobra on a friend's text years ago, and it just kind of stuck. But it makes for a great gaming handle, and I am a father. Been gaming since I was a wee lad, since 3 or 4, whenever it was that my stepdad brought over an Atari 2600 to distract me and my twin brother, so that way he had time to spend with my mom. And it's turned into a lifelong passion. Although if you told 4-year-old me that I'd play a game with this level of detail, I'd have lost my mind. Been like, no way, full color, full 3D, that's amazing. But then you tell them that it was a game about driving trucks. I don't know. 4-year-olds are funny. Some 4-year-olds would think that is the most amazing sounding game ever, and others would look at you like, what? And I can't even imagine with today's 4-year-olds. They'd be like, it's not Fortnite, there's no guns, whatever. Is Mario even popular with 4-year-olds, or is that us old folks playing it, huh? I don't know. Here in this house, the ones that play games are the teens, and we've got a teenage daughter, and she plays VR chat games to spend time and roleplay with friends in VR. And a teenage boy. And he likes your Terraria, your building games. I know he does some Roblox. Lately, he's gotten into Destiny 2, which I think is one of the more cool games. Oh, look at that.
Get ready
to
to
a beautiful
turn
gas
left.
station. Oh, I love this scenery. But as far as the closest thing to a 4-year-old, I've got a toddler,
left.
and at 2.5 years old, he does not care about video games yet. His favorite kind of screen time, and I know, they're not supposed to have screen time, but real life doesn't work that way. His favorite kind of screen time is watching videos that involve singing, or counting, or numbers, or animals, or shows like Bluey. The more musical, the better, generally speaking, though. It's a funny little man. So he doesn't think our games make any sense yet. But when he hits 4,
Go straight on.
I will ask and find out if he thinks a game about driving trucks is fun or not. Is he going to grow up to be a truck driver? Will truck drivers even be a thing when he gets that age? I don't think robot cars are going to be ready yet to take over yet, so probably be still truck drivers. But AI's getting weird, folks. Who knows what we'll have? Although we could be heading towards an AI bust. We just may not have enough technology and knowledge to give AI systems to allow them to advance significantly beyond where they are now. That's an interesting topic that somebody brought up lately, is that the rate at which these current language models consume data, we might be heading towards a drought where we can't significantly advance the models because there simply isn't more data to feed them. Which is an interesting notion that the technology might be capable of making them more advanced, but that the data that they use to fuel that advancement just may not be possibly around yet. It's always interesting to see how technology is going to go. When I was a kid, we thought the future would be a lot different. We weren't expecting the kind of advances in computing that we have, and we were expecting more rocket pads and flying cars. And here we are. We don't have rocket packs. We don't have flying cars. So who knows even, right? Okay. If you see me looking off to the side all the time, I am monitoring all my chat windows and all of my feeds. Make sure everything is running nice and smooth for you folks. Oh, we got some cows. Oh, look at this. I love the out of the cabin view sometimes, because one, you capture it. Like this is a beautiful look for California. Look at this. This reminds me. I grew up in this part of California. Well, a little further north actually, but it looked just like this. And while I did move away, and I don't know that I would want to go back to living there, it is funny how your sense of aesthetics can be influenced by where you grew up. Although I do prefer the greater amount of greenness and pine trees and rain that the Pacific Northwest has to offer, as far north as I am. Speaking of which, in-game, we're driving our way towards the Pacific Northwest.
Go straight on.
Looks like we got 159 miles to go. Just had some snacks. I stopped to take a dad break, load some laundry. Always got to be responsible, folks. Stay one step ahead of your chores, even when you're having fun. Oh, look at this little... Oh, that's nice. That's cool. Always be responsible. Mix your chores in with your play, and then your play doesn't impact your life so negatively. You know, and here I am streaming on my day off, making a hobby into a side hustle. I say side hustle as if this will ever be big enough. Who knows? Who knows? But if you are here, I assume it's just to listen to somebody jabber on and watch the open roads and just to kind of chill out. And if that's the case, what kind of games do you think would be fun to watch while chilling out?
Go straight on.
Leave comments in the doobly-doo, or for those of you here in the chat stream, let me know what interests you. What topics would you like to hear a dad talk about? What content interests you? What kind of games? Are you into the peaceful stuff? Do you want to see more shooting? You let me know. I assume if you're here right now, you enjoy the peacefulness of the open road that a trucking game brings for you. It's kind of like a lo-fi chill hop experience. Yes, indeed.
Keep right,
Okay.
and then turn right.
Oh, time to merge, folks.
Turn right.
I love these stretches of the game where you can just kind of enjoy the driving. Not too many speed changes, not too much aggressive turns. You can just kind of switch to the out of truck camera and just soak in the atmosphere. It's 125 in game, so it's probably looks like it's virtual spring/summer here in virtual California. So it's nice, probably virtual 75, 80, maybe 90 out, depending on the part of California. That nice warmth and the contrast with that warmth that the air conditioning gives you inside the cabin, or how the cold beverages might taste better. This seems like the kind of day at Backroad like this. You might stop for a Slurpee or an Icy. Yeah, those contrasts are sometimes the things that give life a little more. But listen to those sounds. Isn't that just fun? The sky is real beautiful. Looks like there's some storms coming on. I don't think it'll actually rain in-game here for us, but yeah, see, it's not. Yeah, that's the tint on the windows making it a little bit more dramatic. But we have got ourselves a little bit of a journey here. Now, once we hit Sacramento, likely our best job offer is going to be something taking us on up to Redding. Pretty straight shot up from Sacramento up the Central Valley there, and then we can find a job taking us into Oregon. You never know, we might get something that takes us out towards Eureka, a little bit more toward the coastline. Seems real unlikely we'll have anything taking us in directions like we're already too far north for our Vegas detour that I was talking about doing earlier in the day. So at this point,
go straight on.
I think we're just gonna have to enjoy the California experience. Oh, we got a little bit of beautiful city going on here. More little secret nooks and crannies. And almost like, it's actually like,
go straight on.
Looking at 46 degrees out here in real life where I am at, but I can almost feel the virtual warmth of this little virtual bit of California. Look at that. You can almost hear the sun. Alrighty, folks. Yeah, I'm pretty sure we are in the greater Central Valley, and that is just, you got mountains off to the, left and the right, and ultimately far enough to the north and the south, but there's kind of a big, peaceful stretch, generally gentle hills, meandering rivers, lots of open land for orchards and farming and ranching. Great place for wine and olives, almonds, cattle. A lot of good beef out of this area. Although I think we're a little far south for the better ranching grounds. I think most of that is north of Sacramento. But the traffic's good, and we are not running into too many difficulties. Well, it's Friday here in real life for me at the time that we are recording this, so it is the beginning of my weekend. My weekends being Fridays and Saturdays, and it's nice and quiet around the house. The kids are gone, so I have got some time to myself. How is your day going? What are your weekend plans? Got anything fun coming up? Or are you hoping for some peace and quiet? I like some peace and quiet, but like with just a splash of enough activity. Although I got to do some responsible things, some dad responsibilities this weekend. The missus is off with the car at work, so I can't do it today. But I do need to get in and do some work. Get the oil changed. Get my tags updated. There's probably a bill or two I should pay. But those are the two big ones. And I got a friend's birthday coming up on Sunday. He probably is. I think he's going to be turning 46. Another dad. He's going to be heading out to a brewery, so that'll be fun. Oh, I love that age of birthday where, you know, backyard birthdays can be nice and a barbecue, but sometimes it's just like, no. Let's just have it at a brewery, which I think for him
right.
is win-win.
And then turn right.
Oh, let's slow down. Looks like we got a. Can I merge over without colliding with that car? Oh, good. Get
Turn
right
right.
again. All right, we cut that turn a little close. Oh, Sacramento discovered.
Keep left.
Yeah, no. At that age where you can invite your friends out, have drinks, and then not have to deal with that, I bet you that's lovely. Oh, this is the
Finding
wrong
the
right. Oh, dang it. Oh, this is bad, folks. Oh, how much time did we add? Well, we only had... All right, we didn't add too many miles to our delivery, but the nav guidance was not too clear about the right. And, well, that's my bad, folks. But it looks like we've got a overpass coming up that we can do a turn on here pretty quick. Not the worst mistake that I ever made. Plus, we get to enjoy... Look at this beautiful suburb. Doesn't that suburb look like there is probably some sort of hidden game inside a game in there? Look at that. Look at the details there.
Keep right. And then exit right.
Oh, look, we got a trolley growing through. I have never seen one of those before. Oh. All right, folks, let's
Exit
focus
right.
on these turns.
Get ready to turn left.
And we are going to take a left. But yeah, so that's my weekend plans, folks. Some dad responsibilities, play a little bit of games, hang out with the baby, tell him he's cute, probably read him some books. He's going to want to read some books. I'm hoping he sleeps in tomorrow. Last Saturday is any indication, though. As soon as Dad got out of bed, he was up and at it. But some days he likes a bit of a lion, and, you know, call me a little bit of an irresponsible gamer, Dad, but it is nice
right.
when the baby sleeps in a little bit. You know? You know what I'm talking about. For all my fellow parents out there. Okay. We almost lost that one, folks. I don't want to panic you, but we almost went right off the road there. That was a steep... I took that a little too fast. But we saved it. We're heading back the right direction now. 26 miles to go. It was just a little bit of a detour on our delivery. Nothing to fret about. Scuffed the paint a little bit, but that's okay. Hang out in this lane. We've got some signal. Oh, we're probably going to want to skid over and stay left, huh? Oh, hey, look. That'd take us up to Reading. That would take us north.
Keep left.
Heard the train signals there. I'm surprised we can still hear one over here. Those are loud train signal. I guess they're supposed to. Oh, look at this, though. See, look at this beautiful view. This detour was worth it, folks. Look at that. You know, all these concrete spans stacked on top of each other, sending these metal beasts over in defiance of God and the universe itself. I don't know that bridges are in defiance of God, folks, actually,
right.
folks, but you have to
And
kind
then
of
exit
wonder
right.
at what the rest of the animal kingdom must think of us.
Exit right.
Okay. Take an exit here. Well, one of the first zones that I've seen, we're getting a little bit of processing lag
Keep
here. I
left.
wasn't expecting that.
And then turn left.
I think it's because it's such a broad, open area with so much visuals going on. But that's okay.
Turn left.
All right. Just stop here on the sensor. Just gonna wait on a turn, and then we'll have our delivery done. There we go. Yeah, I think we just got an area with a lot of beautiful visuals, but it's nice, big, flat, and open. So I think the graphics card is struggling a little bit because this is an older game, and it is engine. While stay in this lane. While this engine is pretty remarkable, I do think it's not always the smoothest for handling some of this stuff. You know what I mean? And I wonder what it would be like if we got a modernized one. Coastline mining. I don't even remember what we're delivering, folks. Something in this. Are we delivering gravel? This looks like the kind of truck I can imagine delivering gravel in, although it is closed top, so it might be some kind of liquid. Yeah, I don't remember what we got in there, but that's okay. Mini mall,
Keep
little
left,
arcade.
and
You
then
see that,
turn
folks?
left.
There's a little arcade in that mini mall there. Why don't we hit that
Turn left.
after the delivery, huh? We must be out on the edge of Sacramento, by the way, because it is fairly mellow here. But that is a lot of this part of California for you. You know, you've got the city center, but they got lots of room to spread out. So it's not all stacked on top of itself like you might find in some parts of the country. Okay, we've got our turn. And then I think we've got another turn coming right up.
Get ready to turn left.
Yeah, here we go, folks.
Turn left.
Here's our marker. An
This is where it
aggressively
ends.
short turn. Let's see what options they offer us for parking. Ooh, no, they want me to back it in. You all know I'm not the back it in type. Let's do the play it safe. Now, I understand that in real life, backing it in is the reality of what you would have to do as a truck driver. But I don't have a CDL, and for me, this is game to relax. So we are going to do the easy parking. That's right, folks. I'm a dad, and I'm taking the easy way. We do that sometimes. We just don't let the kids know it. That's the secret. Oh, we pulled forward too far. There we go. There we go. Engine off. And we're going to drop down the... There we go. And I think that put us close enough to get to the next level. That should jump us up to level 5. Awesome. That'll unlock for us a new thing. Last time we unlocked long distance. And the longer drives are not always my favorite, but it does give us more options for jobs than we would have had otherwise. So we're going to go ahead and take another level of that. All right, and so we are in Sacramento, is where we just delivered to. So we're going to go ahead and take a look at the map. Yeah, we are here. And following our rules, we got to take a job from where we stopped. And our goal at the moment is just to get outside of California on our way north. Whether that's delivery to Idaho or Oregon. Well, Idaho would be pretty far out of our way. If we go into Nevada, like if they sent us to Reno or something, we'd still have to head farther north. That's probably not good enough, unless we got to jackpot. But if we get a job up here to Klamath Falls or Medford or Eugene or Bend, I wouldn't say no. If they send us off to Eureka, that is way out of the way. But that could give us some good options for coming up the coastline here. So let's see what jobs are available. I mean, we'll select Sacramento. All the way back down where we came from. Hey, you want to head on to... Nope, that's the wrong way. That's the wrong way. That's the wrong way. They got a job to Reno, folks. I do love Santa Cruz, but that is still the wrong way. Fresno. Okay. Redding. Well, that's the right way. More Redding. More Redding. Santa Cruz. Reno. Okay. Well, folks, Reno, as tempting as it is, I think that our jobs for Redding are ultimately the best to serve our goal to head north. What do we got here? They want us to take... if I can... Will this let me... It's a standard delivery. I wish sometimes they tell you if it was a double load or what you got. So it's office supplies that we are taking. Okay, well, that's fine. That is the job we will take then. Okay, everybody. We are heading towards Redding, California. Fun fact, that's where I grew up. It is hot and unpleasant during the summer and otherwise fairly unremarkable. That's my formal review. If you live there, sorry, no apologies, but I moved away for a reason. Unless you moved there for the heat or something I could get, but with all the fires and stuff, the air quality can be really poor. It gets a lot of smog from the big cities to the south. I just don't see the point, Now, unless you're really involved in something like ranching and cattle work. There's some jobs out there that area. There isn't a ton of industry in Reading.
Let's do this.
And for me, that is definitely part of it. And I know it's changed a little bit since I moved away, but meh. I prefer greener, happier spaces. But it is funny because, you'll grow up in a town and move out of there. And somebody else will move there that thinks it's a delight because of the contrast to where they grew up. And that's just kind of the great American dream at work. It's a big country, folks. Lots of places you can move. That's why I always think it's fine for, people from other countries to move here. Why not? We should move to some other countries, let them move here. It's that great cycle of people going places. That's part of the fun of things. Bringing new ideas, new culture. People learning to love places that other people used to love and then moved away from.
At the roundabout, take the second exit.
So this is a round. I just plowed right through the middle of that last roundabout.
Exit now.
Uh-huh.
Keep left, and then turn left.
Oh man, we are doing a bad job on our start here, folks.
Turn left.
But yeah, I think there's no shame in the families that take up root in a place and stay there. There's a lot of advantage to having multiple generations of family in an area. You can build up a lot of generational wealth, a lot of influence. But at the same time, there's no shame in those people that, a generation or two and the kids move off and away and just kind of move throughout the world. That's just the way things are. That's how a bunch of us got here, where we are, right?
Keep left, and then turn left.
Differentials cannot be like that. That's not the button I wanted, folks. I just wanted, we got the stop sign just as I'm starting to set up our cruise control.
Turn left.
Left. Oh. We're gonna get some fines here, folks. We're just gonna run this red light. Yep. They didn't give us a fine for that. No, they should have given us a fine for that. But I'll take it. No cops to report it, I guess. Some nice office buildings over here. Look at this little... That looks kind of like an IKEA. I don't know if that's supposed to be an IKEA there, folks, but doesn't that kind of look like an IKEA to you? I went to one a few months ago, and let me tell you, it's like something out of almost a horror movie or strange thriller. The IKEAs are like a maze, and I found that so bizarre. Like getting out, if you didn't follow a specific route,
turn right.
Turned out to be so difficult. And even the specific route was this long meandering thing. Like I didn't think we'd be in there for the hours that we were. It is really interesting. It's a model that's very much intending to have you not be able to figure your way out. Not be able to get out of there quickly. It's very fascinating stuff. Alright, these lights had better play nice. I guess they want us to go right. They did not indicate that very well, though. And we got a big loop coming up. Okay, I'm getting distracted by the scenery, folks. We've got some pretty scenery around here. I love some of this architecture, some of this design. I know what you're saying. That's just like a storage slot. It's just an office building. Yeah, I know. You got to take the little pleasure in life. Seeing things. Oh, we're just going to run this red light, folks. Okay, they got us that time. Red light violation for sure. Free dad advice. Don't do that.
Keep right.
But when you're driving a big rig and you didn't plan ahead, sometimes things happen. All right. We're going to get on the freeway. So I imagine 50 West here is going to take us out to I-5 ultimately, and then we'll probably wind up taking I-5 itself into Reading. And I am just rushing this drive out to the freeway way too fast. Damage to the truck, red light violation. We're lucky things haven't been worse, folks. Although if you think about it from the viewpoint of the driver of the game, we've been driving for like a day or two straight with no actual in-game rigs. So it's all character, right? train on the tracks. That's cool. I don't see it, but I hear it. Oh well. Okay. All right. Reading only. Okay. So in this case, there's an actual road sign that I can read that takes
Keep
us
right,
the right way.
and then turn right.
Pardon, officer. Okay.
Turn right.
All right. We're gonna do that beautiful view one more time. We're gonna set our cruise
Keep right.
control, and we really should slow this drive. Turn down a little bit. There we go. Let a little speed off, but we can reaccelerate. We're coming in a little hot. Little hot. We need to slow down a little bit. Because the truck limit in here is 55. There we go. There we go. Alright, folks. Well, not our smoothest drive out onto the freeway. But we did it. Some nice tracks off there to the side.
Keep left.
Interstate 80. Head left, merge over so we don't hit that exit. Alright, well, wherever you are in the world right now watching this, what are you up to today? As you can see, I've been doing a little streaming, little recording, setting up some new stuff. Already had the coffee and the breakfast. We're heading into lunchtime here soon, once I get us out of California. So are you watching this from work, from home? Are you on the road watching on your phone, your computer? Let me know. Leave it in the chat or down in the doobly-doo if you're on the tubes. And tell me where you'd like to see me drive in American Truck Simulator, or if you want to watch some European Truck Simulator. I've got that too. I got to slap that bad boy on and we could do some drives through the European countryside. That's always lovely. Or if there's some other games out there that you would like to watch. I do have some plans to do a little bit of Yakuza Like a Dragon later today. But I've got other games out there, and I could definitely be in the mood to stream some other things as well. Very tempted to get Kerbal Space Program 2. I know it's still a little buggy, or a lot buggy. A lot of people are like, but and the early access price is a little high. But sometimes the game needs a little bit of support, a little bit of boosters, and also, let's be honest, you would all probably enjoy watching the resulting mayhem as I attempt to do it. Corning and Reading down the road here. A couple names I know well. Had some aunt and uncle that lived out in Corning. Bunch of family in the Reading area. Yeah, this is just what this part of the country looks like. Kind of nice if you're into it. There's some real good rural regions if that's your sort of thing. Pickup trucks and cowboys and barns. Not as much lumber and logging as there used to be. My grandfather was a logger. Served in the Navy back in the Korean War. Went on to do some lumberjacking. And that was the career he had up until he passed in his mid-60s, sadly. But he lived a pretty hard life, so that does tend to happen. But and while some of those jobs aren't around as much anymore, you still have tons of farming and ranching in the region. Oh, look at this. And I will say that about I-5. This stretch of I-5, lots of good rest stops. Look at that rest stop. I was very tempted. We should have pulled through just to give it a look. It'd be nice if you could get out of the cab and wander into there. Just kind of poke around. Well, all right. I'll tell you what, folks. If another good-looking rest stop comes up, we'll see about pulling through, stopping and taking a look. I don't know how many of them they actually have modeled in the game, but that was a really nice-looking one. So we got beautiful skies and clean sailings here. Just passed into Tehama. I feel like Tehama's not really that close to San Francisco, but as we know, the game world in American Truck Simulator is about 1/12 the scale of the real world. So we'll be interested to see what parts they choose to capture and what parts they don't. but the signage is very on point. The landmarks, a lot of the major stuff, definitely capturing the feel of this part of the country. Alrighty. I don't know if this is a newer entry or what. I don't know who these Huron gas stations are supposed to be. I don't know if that's like an ad or what, but it doesn't remind me of any of the gas stations out in those parts. It's always funny to see what they do, because, you know, they don't always use the actual brands, of course. Oh, boy. Alright, well, while we're doing this driving, are they going to bypass us on the way station? Or are we going to have to stop? Nope, they are not going to bypass us. They're going to make us stop. Ah, boo. Okay, well, you know, that's fair. That's the trucking life. Keep left, except for the fact that you have to come into the bypass. And I did say I was going to drive us through one of these rest stops, and it looks like this bypass station is attached to the rest stop. So it's kind of... Oh, this doesn't look as nice as the other one.
Never mind.
Oh, this isn't a real rest stop, folks. This is just a place where you can sleep. We don't need any sleep. We're not that tired because of the mode we're playing in. Alright, well, let's slow this bad boy way down for the 10-mile-an-hour speed limit. I bet you there's some of you that drive past this rest stop all the time. Look at that. Alright, truck at this truck. Stop the truck scale ahead. And then we got to be nice and casual on our way out, because they got a bunch of the highway patrol. Hi, officer. Oh, you guys chatting, huh? Huh? Oh, you got some vending machine and stuff. This is another one of those secret developer bases, guys. I'm telling you. You know, I bet you with a gas and pedal setup, like in real life, it's probably easier. There we go. Thank goodness. Easier to keep it at 10 miles an hour, but I am using a keyboard mouse arrangement, and oh boy. Alright, let's get back up to speed, resume the journey. So where I was about to go to controversial territory is a little bit of a dad question for you all. When it comes to barbecue, are you more of a dry rub barbecue? You know, like I understand that to be kind of a Texan style, I hear. Or do you prefer a nice saucy barbecue? What's your preference? Now, historically, I would have definitely put myself more on the saucy side, especially as a kid. Knighton Road. Reading Airport. Yeah, we just totally bypassed Corning. And Corning normally would be on the freeway, but I think. It's been a long time. But they don't even have it here in-game as far. You have to take the back roads. But we are hitting the Reading. Or the greater Reading area. Knighton Road. Oh, come on. Oh, it's a detour. That's an aggressive one. Come on, bud. Let me let you on over. I hope they let us back down the other side. I hope it's not a big... because you can get some bad detours in this area. Look at this. Look at this. Headlight usage. Oh.
Rerouting.
Gotta be... Oh, thank goodness. It's not the worst detour. Well, that's another find, folks. We got a red light and a headlight and a light detour. A light one. I didn't even pay attention to the time. Look at this. It's 7:57 in game. Me driving around without lights on. I'm a dad. I should know better. What I was saying is, do you like your saucy barbecues or your dry rubs? As a young man, I was more of a saucy barbecue type, and like that can serve a point, especially like in sandwiches. But lately, in town here, we've had a Texas-style dry rub barbecue place going that is quite good, and has really kind of changed my mind on the subject. Like, it still lets you really enjoy the flavor of the meat. You know, it's got some spices, it's got some seasoning, but it is a different experience. And you will have to let me know. What is your favorite kind of barbecue? What's your meat? Do you chicken, pork, beef, some sort of vegetable alternative, or a other non-meat protein? You like to barbecue tempeh? bet you could barbecue tempeh pretty well. Well, tempeh's got a, if you could do it right without burning it. But I bet you if you, now if you could
Keep
do a
left.
dry rub with that. Yeah, something like tempeh, you would want to do a nice saucy barbecue. But I bet you if you cook that right on the right heat, get some sear marks on it, that wouldn't be too bad. And while I can appreciate chicken and pork, I actually quite love chicken. When it comes to barbecue, I do find I tend to be a bit of a beef boy.
Keep left.
Beefy boy. But you know, I grew up in cattle country, so that's not a big surprise. Alright, well, looks like our delivery must be here on the north. Barbecue chicken, says the chat. Bubbly Girl's back. Yeah, barbecue chicken's nice. When it comes to barbecuing myself, I possibly overdo the chicken a little bit. That's such an old dad maneuver where it's like, well, I don't want to give anybody salmonella. And if you're going to make a sandwich or something, a barbecue chicken's not a bad way to go. But I do love a good slab of beef. And my lady, she's a steak gal, so she's definitely, you know, her option is generally beef.
Keep
when
right,
it comes to her,
and then
her
exit
preferred
right.
seared meats.
Exit right. Keep left, and then turn left.
Okay.
Turn left.
What I didn't catch the name here. This is modeled better than it used to be as far as this exit goes. This is very much modeled after a real part of Reading. Although I don't remember if they captured it at all, because it depends on which road this is supposed to be. I feel like that there should be some town around here and like a footbridge, but this might be a spot out closer to what I believe we called the Lakeway. And the game has definitely changed this region up. Oh yes, this is out towards Lakeway. You can see the Waterworks Park off to the right, the remnants of it. You guys can see it over here, just above the cab, behind those trees. It's sunset, so you can't really see it. Yeah, I remember this part of town. It is funny that they modeled that in. That's cool. Also known as the murderous park of death and doom. What do we see in the chat that I missed here? I also like eating barbecue chicken with mac and cheese. Okay, okay. I mean, if you're going to do barbecue, you need your side dishes. That's really important. All right, folks, look at this. Let's see if we get... Yeah. Oh, they nailed the look of that old park. I'm sure kids died there. I wonder if it's been renovated in the years since. Okay, okay. I'd have to look it up, but I'm positive they used to call this stretch
Go straight on.
the Lakeway, but we're on 279, so heading into 273, so it's a little bit different in the game. But yeah, this reminds me of childhood. So great
Keep
parties out
then
here.
Turn right.
I had a friend who had quite a good party house out about this way. Party responsibly if you're going to party. Make sure you're the right age to party. But the right to party is a battle we have fought, to quote Wayne and Garth.
Turn right.
And as Bubbly Girl says, she likes eating barbecue chicken with mac and cheese. And, you know, I can respect mac and cheese as a barbecue side dish. I like a little bit of slaw. I'm a big cornbread fan. So, like, can we get some cornbread in that mix? Oh, you know, just as I go to turn, these guys are going, sorry, guys, go ahead, don't. Oh, now they got a hazard. They got in a wreck. That's my fault, but I'll take advantage of it. Gonna have to do a wide turn here, though. All right, there we go, folks. Like some mac and cheese, some cornbread, and like some baked beans. I think those are baked beans. But yeah, some beans. That's a good setup. Maybe some slaw.
Keep left, and then
Depends on
turn
the quality
left.
of the slaw, but. All right. Okay, we're doing nice.
Turn left.
Kind of a pretty little night scene here. Alright, let's get up on the line. Oh, I can actually see the stars, folks. Just barely. Look at that. You can see them. Actual stars. Not something you... Oh. Pay attention to the road, Cobra. Don't get distracted. That's a long trailer. Yeah, this truck takes wide turns. Okay. But yeah, if you watch this stream, folks, leave in the comments. Tell us what is your favorite barbecue protein and what sides do you like it with. So you got a bunch of homework today from all these
ready
things
to turn right.
that we've talked about today. But I hope you have all enjoyed this.
Turn right.
All right, we're coming into Reading here. And that means we are getting real close. You're kidding me. I cannot believe this. This is an aggressive turn to make me thread.
You have arrived at your destination.
With this truck. I mean, I
your
assume a real truck driver would have no trouble. But now that we're in Reading, we are real close to the thread. You're a big salad person, Bubbly. What is your preferred salad? Or favorite? I guess it's not even a preferred. I quite like a Caesar. I'm a big Caesar salad fan, you know. It doesn't even have to be like, you know, a lot of people like their Caesar with chicken. I mean, just as long as it's a good, like, you got to have a good anchovy paste you're using. It's got to have that fishy quality to the flavor, but you can pair that with almost anything. It goes good with a steak, goes good with Italian food. Hands down one of my favorites. Not necessarily the healthiest salad in the world, but we don't always eat salads to be healthy, do we, folks? All right, not quite halfway through level 6, and we had a couple of finds there. I'm definitely going to have to investigate adding a tracker for you all so we can keep track of the finds, how many red lights I run, how many stops, hits I have, just so you can shame me with that, just to make it more fun for everybody. Bubbly says she likes most salads, but a nice house salad with a good ranch dressing is yummy. Or yummu, technically, is what she said. And then she corrected herself. Okay, all right. Okay, folks, you know the rules. We hit a stop, and we are still on our quest to get farther north than California on our journey to the Great North. We hit Reading here, okay, and we are trying to get as far north as Bellingham, the farthest north point in the map, and then we can maybe explore, head out to like Colorado Springs. That would be kind of cool. Cut from there down to Vegas, go check out parts of, what's this, New Mexico? All right, but like Albuquerque, I think I have some family come from about those parts. Alamogordo, oh yeah, it's family come from those parts. Let's go then. So our rules, we're going to take a quick job because we're doing quick jobs today. Got to take the quick job from where we stopped. Ooh, we have got some big ones here. First off, they're just like, we're going to just drive you literally all the way through Oregon into Washington. Now, that would get us a lot closer to our goal, so I can't argue with that, but that is Yakima, another one, just straight on through. We got some heading south. Portland. Okay, well, that gets us into Oregon. I was looking for something a little small. Eugene. That's a nice compromise, folks. I don't want something too big, and Eugene is a nice spot to hit. Go through Medford. I don't know if they got Salem on the map. Doesn't quite go to Salem. I've got some family in Salem. Lovely place. Beautiful. Okay, the tail's trucky. That's all. That's the wrong way. Burns is, yeah, that's not the part of Oregon we're aiming for. Medford. That's just right. Let's hop, skip, and a jump over the border into Medford. If we did that one, but how do we feel about this, folks? Is Eugene too far north, or do we want it? You know what? I'm looking at the clock. We're going to be responsible. I'm going to take some dad responsibility. I'm going to do Medford. That gets us out of Oregon, like I said, but it's not a big long drive. Just a jump down I-5 here with whatever's going on here. I don't think I-5 does that quite that stretch there, but that's fine. So we're going to go ahead and take the job. And then I'll hop off. I'm going to do some lunch, just some more chores. And then I'll be back a little bit later, and we'll probably be playing something different, folks. Continuing on with a little bit of streaming here on Fridays as we move away from Friday morning coffee, because it's already noon, folks. And then we'll move on to a Friday afternoon fun. Yeah. So, we need to take a quick look around. Oh, it's another double truck. You folks know how I feel about it. This looks a little better than the last one. These vats of, I don't know what's in these things. Probably gravel, rock. You know, it's coastline mining. It's like actual rock. Okay.
Let's go.
Another old-timey truck, but look at that cabin space back there. Oh, I've got like a little desk back in there, like for eating or something. Or to pop the, like your some stuff on, put your iPad on. I can't like look at the whole back, but that's kind of nice. That's kind of nice. Okay. We got our lights on. Let's make sure we got our lights on, folks. Always drive responsibly. Listen to your dad. Okay, and where is our exit? Our exit is going to be off to the left there. All right. 196 miles to go, everyone. And that will get us on our way.
Get ready to turn left.
Get ready to turn left indeed.
Turn left.
So it looks like we're in roughly the same part of Reading as last time. Gonna take our turn out here. Hopefully nobody's too aggressive with the cars coming up. Got a bus here. Yeah. You can honk at me all you want, guys. I'm just trying to get onto I-5 and then I'll be out of everybody's hair.
Get ready to
You know
turn
what? That's
left.
a train. I don't see it, but I hear it. Another train. Oh, hey, look at that.
Turn
Oh,
left.
that is pretty cool. We caught the tail end of it. You know, one of these days, folks, maybe we'll have to try out one of them train simulators. I mean, that seems like even more of a chill hop, Dad. We definitely would have to get some lo-fi music for that to go to the background, because I can't imagine in a train simulator there's a whole lot else to do aside from just enjoy the ride. But not today. No trains today. No, we are hitting the open road. Looks like we're on 273, and I'm assuming they're going to slap us from 273 onto I-5 north. That's what I would do if I was taking this route. Bubbly here. All the simulators. That's right, all the simulators. I mean, I've played a few in my day. I hear there's a pretty tempting power wash simulator. And if that isn't
right,
like super
Then turn
dad-tastic,
left.
you know? But we got to get some action on this channel. Some games with a little bit of grit. Can't rely just on everybody who's
Turn
nice
left.
and sleepy that just wants to listen to my melodic, you know, weatherman voice. Got a chance of rain coming up in Redding, California here, drifting north to Portland, Oregon, where we're going to see some hail and some rain showers. I would be a terrible weatherman just because I don't know anything about meteorology, but I could read a script. I could read a script, folks. Okay. Oh, I don't recognize this bridge at all. This is interesting. Oh, that's something new. It just tells you that, you know, video games can teach you stuff like, hey, that little town you grew up in isn't quite the same anymore. It isn't quite
Keep
the
left,
same.
and then turn left.
All right, folks, we are coming up. Unless we're in a completely different part of town than I think we are. Because the game only does such a good job of mapping cities itself, you know. The location on the map, but the actual grids they put in because of the scale they choose. They play fast and loose. But
Turn left.
we've got our freeway entrance right here. We're just waiting on that signal, folks. And we will hit I-5 north. A batch of road I used to know well. Although it's been some time since I've been down that way. Here we go, here we go. Let's take a nice wide turn. We got two trailers here, so we want to set ourselves up for success. All Alright, alright. Let's kind of accelerate our way up to speed and hope that we can merge onto the freeway without too much pain. Thankfully, this truck seems to have a decent amount of power for what we're doing, even if we're not accelerating crazy fast with a grade like that.
Keep left.
Keep left. Straight on till sunrise. Now, in real life, this stretch is pretty fun because you would head past Mount Shasta. Pretty scenic and beautiful, although it being the middle of the night, even if we were driving past, it would be a little harder to see. And then through the mountains that are connecting, that are the border California and Oregon. But in the game, I still don't feel like these games, and one of my biggest complaints about the graphics engine is that with the way they do the scale, the mountains are really muted a lot of the time, so you don't really get that same sense of scale. It doesn't feel like you're driving up a mountain or up a hill that much. A mountain feels like a fancy hill, and a hill's like a mild slope. And the trek through the mountains between Californias feels a lot more dramatic than that, because you are definitely heading upwards, and there's a lot of mountains in that area. But that's okay. Lake Boulevard. It wasn't Lakeway, that was Lake Boulevard we were on earlier. Okay, okay. That's where we are on the map. Sorry, folks. Force of habit. Okay. Got our car. Got some traffic going on, but nothing too crazy. But it is dark, so there's not much to see. It's just all trees and stars. Wonder if we'll notice the lake even. Assuming they even have the lake in the game. It would be a mistake if they didn't have some of the glory of Lake Shasta. Although with the droughts that we have in California anymore, I would be surprised if the lake's even really that noticeable. That's right, folks. You saw that sign, right? Weed, California. I think it was named Weed back before the word weed got used in the context it does nowadays. But a lot of folks that have never been that way get a lot of amusement out of driving through Weed, California. Nice little mountain town. Not a bad place to stop up, put some gas in the tank, buy a funny shirt. Exactly what you expect of it. Kind of a hippie spot last time I was there, but it has been a good 5 or 10 years since I've been to Weed, California, so I don't know what the people are like anymore. Well, you know, this actually is feeling a little more mountainy than it used to. You can see some of the lights out this way from some of the towers in the region at the quarries or radio stations. And it's dark, but I can see some sense of scale there. Public Girl says, American Truck Simulator is just a JPEG of Google Maps. A little bit. Although, I think we have to give them a little more credit than that. I mean, honestly, some of the work... It is interesting how they decide to work with the scale and do what they do. It's the streamlining that's really impressive to me, because of the scale that they're using. In order to make it drivable, they really do have to do a lot of work to how they handle the curves in the roads and all of that stuff. But at the same time, they have to... So, you know, you want to mimic the looks of areas and get kind of like these one-for-one captures in some spots. But at the same time, you want to have the ability to make the game go fine. Well, I'm not Washington yet, but you're right. There are no potholes on the roads in the game itself, which is not very realistic compared to Washington, we know. Oh, I got to hit escape here real quick, folks. I got to pause it for a second. Got some messages coming in. I need to double check. See what we got going on here. That's just the missus showing me all the deliveries coming our way. I don't know what your romantic partners are like, folks, but mine sure does love the Amazons.
Keep left.
Although in this case, there is a new bed coming. A new bed frame, the whole works. Splurged a little bit, and I am excited about that. That is cool. Oh, that's weed. We don't want to go to weed, folks. As tempting as it is, we're going to stay on the freeway. Lost some speed accidentally doing that. 93 miles to go. Normally a jump like this over into Medford, you'd be talking a good 3-4 hours in real life, but pretty short drive in the game. Bubbly says that her significant other is a whistling gamer. Let me guess. So does this mean that they whistle the whole time that they game? Just kind of nonstop? I'm not sure how I feel about that. I bet you that would get grating. I suppose you get used to it. But the type who can't help but whistle while gaming? That's funny. He whistles really good all the time and plays all kinds of games. Alright, so he's just... I wonder if he comes from a long family of whistlers, or is this just a unique talent of his? Does he have any other musical skills, or is it just whistling? Oh, it's starting to light... Well, in the rearview mirrors, it's starting to lighten up, and I have found that they are a little more forgiving than the rest of the game engine for the darkness level. It's like the mirrors have some sort of magic property. What is it, 1:14 a.m. in the game? Yeah, it's not going to lighten up that much while we're in the mountains so that we can enjoy them. But it does look like they're modeled a little better than they used to be. Alright, I think we're about to pass the borderline. So this is the checkpoint that used to run. They might still operate it sometimes. It used to be coming into California from Oregon. You had to stop at a checkpoint and solemnly swear that you were up to only good things and didn't have any produce, because they were trying to prevent the spread of particular kinds of worms and flies from Oregon down into California. And here we are now. This is the winding road we would take down out of the mountains. I feel like it's windier and steeper coming from this side down. And they've got Hilt here, which is weird because I don't remember Hilt. I'm seeing, looking at the map again, pulling that off. Which is a... I don't remember Hilt. Like we should be heading towards Ashland or something like that. Maybe Hilt's a little tiny town. There's also a little tiny town on this stretch of the freeway called Rice Hill, which has these two dueling ice... You know, they actually might be owned by the same family for all I know. But when I was a kid, what I do it for is that there were these places that had ice cream. And the timing of when we would drive through, because we had family in Oregon. And so on the way up and the way down, you'd beg for Dad to stop so you could get ice cream. And it was the place... Well, another way station. Well, I guess it's a different job, a different day. We'll hit the way station, folks. But these ice cream stations, they'd had dozens, if not hundreds, of flavors.
Okay, let's find a new route.
And what's fun on top of that... Oh, they're going to make me back up. I drove through it too fast, guys. There we go. So in addition to all the flavors, each scoop level, one scoop was actually 2 scoops was actually 3, it was actually 4, and 3 scoops was actually 6. Just like an absurd amount of ice cream, but it was good ice cream. And there was one for the northbound and one for the southbound, and then like a little pass you could go between the two. And it was funny because, you know, I remember as a kid wondering if they were dueling ice cream places, or now as an adult, I'm like, I bet you they were run by the same family. They were just competing with themselves. But it was just weird that this little tiny middle of nowhere town was known to many a traveler on that stretch of I-5 merely for being a convenient place to stop and get ice cream in the summer. And we had some chat come through here earlier, people. Bubbly says that he wants to create whistling tunes for background noises and whatnot or something like that, because that's not a lot of marketing of whistlers. That is true. Well, I mean, you see whistling sometimes in like movies and stuff like that, but I feel like that there could be a bit of a whistling market. Yeah. All right, folks, we are coming up on Medford here. Yeah, we flat out skipped some of the towns in between. Didn't see Bend or Rogue River or any of those little places. And I'm pretty sure all of those come before you get to Medford. But that's fine. We're going to pull off here and head into quote-unquote
Exit
South
right.
Medford, I guess, and finish our delivery. And then that will
Turn
be
left.
our episode for today, because we've successfully escaped from California.
Keep left, and then turn left.
Oh, this is an awkward exit. Look at this design. I've
Turn
never
left.
seen anything like this in real life. Oh, look at that. All right, let's get into the right lane. I have a feeling we're going to need to be in the right lane. So we slow down. Oh, look at the color coming out of those lights. A little variety there. Some white, some blue, some more orangish. Different characters in the game world doing different things. That's kind of cool.
Go straight on.
Go straight on. Oh, we are going to get a... What do you think? We're going to get a penalty? Aha, no penalty, folks. We managed to make the light. That's a good job. And we are
Keep
coming
right,
up
and then
here.
turn right.
Keep right and then turn right.
Turn right.
All right, everybody. So as we're getting here to wrap up, I'm going to go through the usual spiel. You know, share with your friends if you think they'd like the content, or if they want to listen to a dad on the internet talk about life, the universe, and everything. Oh, these guys got cut off by me? Well, it's a lot of trucks. I'm just going to go ahead and take it. Or don't forget to like also if you're watching this in a likable medium. And comment. It makes a big difference to the algorithms if you like, if you comment, if you share. All those kinds of interactions make a big difference. You hear every streamer say that. But, you know, that's the streamer game. That's the video game. The video game. That's the video game. That's the, that is the game of those who distribute content in media, is that we live on such things. I mean, not that this is my job. But I wouldn't mind it, folks, if we got this popular enough that I can get myself, you know, some drinking money. A little bit of drinking money from the streaming. Or, you know, maybe a little bit extra to put the wee baby through college or something like that. What do y'all think? So, yeah, like, subscribe, share. And don't forget, if you're in a place like YouTube, that you can also follow so you get the notifications whenever I post an episode. And for those of you that enjoy the streaming, currently stream on Twitch on Fridays. The plan is to do a little bit in the morning, a little bit in the afternoons, and occasionally on Saturdays, depending upon how the wee baby goes. But Fridays, I tend to have actual time of peace and quiet to do a stream, whereas Saturdays are very subject to the whim of some children. And for those of you that are parents, you know well how much that can be crazy. For those of you who aren't parents, just take my words for it. Bubbly says, do you want me to send his YouTube channel? He has a few videos that he's made out. Well, by all means, send it my way. And then I can observe the art of whistling from a master whistler. That could be fun.
It was a nice ride.
It was a nice ride. Thank you. This is a very personal GPS system, guys. All right, let's handle the delivery. We're going to hit enter. Yeah, I can do anything. You notice they don't give us that option. We will do, where should I put it? Okay, this doesn't look too bad, folks. Just got to make sure I don't crunk it up too much. But yeah, no, all those things will make a difference on the stream. Like, subscribe, tell your friends. Also, eat your vegetables. If you don't like them, well, tough, eat them anyways. If you do like them, that's great. And if you don't like them, maybe find some vegetables you do like. There's always a chance that there's something better there for you. But in the meanwhile, that was our drive. We successfully made it all the way today from Yuma up here to Medford, Oregon, which means that next time we'll try to make a run from Medford to Bellingham. Might even be able to do it in a single stretch if there's a good job for it. But I want to thank you all. I am a Dad Named Cobra, and I want you all to have a wonderful day.